Whoa, the side of this is wide open. The old church ruin we'll go now to have a look. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are on an explore here of an old graveyard called Drina here in County Wexford. So the old church ruin inside the graveyard here was built around the 13th century, and the church that stands in ruins today is believed to date from the medieval period. So there is graves in here, a lot of graves from the 18th century. So the church itself fell into ruin by the early 1800s. Burials continued in the graveyard for many years afterwards. So a very old place. Beautiful old graveyard. So we'll take a walk inside and see what we can find in here. So the earliest graves in here, I suppose, as I was saying, would be the early 1700s. Now inside the old church ruin there is a number of graves with some very interesting carvings on them. Stonework. This says here, it's just left on top of this grave. It's an obelisk style and the top is broken off it. So I don't know if this is part of it, but it says in memory of Frank Neville, who died in 1856, aged 66, and his wife Anne, who died in 1868. Also their son John, aged 20. So that is the old obelisk grave, and the name on this one actually is James Neville. So that was part of the grave. Yeah, so Sue's just telling me these graves, the three of them here together, you can actually see how high they are.
Burial mounds, aren't they?
They're like Quakers' graves kind of, but the Quakers ones would be a bit higher. Now there is no inscription on them. It'd be interesting to see what year it is. This is erected by John Fowler in memory of his father Edward Fowler, who died the 26th of May 1895, aged 55 years. It is dangerous there to see all that there, that piece that's sticking up. So we'll just go down this direction and we'll have a look at some of the graves down here before we go inside the church ruin. And we have beautiful daffodils growing, which is nice to see. A chest tomb. Whoa. The side of this is wide open. And I don't know where the side has gone because I don't see it on the ground or anywhere like that. Where that would have went. And
Fallen inwards.
maybe it fell inside. We'll have a look inside and see what it looks like down there. Wow, that is far down. Look at that. There's all pieces of stone in there. I can even see down there is a piece of like of an iron railing or something like that.
There's timber, it's hardly the coffin.
There's wood down there as well, yeah. I wonder is there pieces of coffin there as well. Wow, it does go far. So that's what it looks like. The inside of a chest tomb. And how far it goes down. And people often ask on the channel, when you see a chest tomb, is the person buried just inside it, like there? And they're actually not. They're buried way down below. And I just want to see, can I see a date on this? It's very hard. They're always difficult to read, these chest tombs, or get a date on them. They're more weathered. But just there in front of us is another grave. We can see the mound on it. There's no marker for it or anything like that. So interesting to see what it looks like, the inside of a chest tomb. And I'm going to take a guess and say that's 1800s, I'd imagine, that chest tomb. Nice iron cross, the floral design on it. So there is a lot of old crosses here. They're all iron crosses. We'll read a few of them. This is Lawrence O'Leary, who died the 9th of February 1904, aged 48 years. So that is the old church ruin, and that big tree there is grown inside. Look at that, how beautiful that looks. Wow. I just love those old ruins and how they look. And we can see with this grave here, it's been held together, it's leaning over, but the iron bar that's going across there is trying to support it, I suppose. So there is still burials. We can just see this one here. That's a new burial there. Well, when I say new, the last person that was interred here was in 1961. Here lies the body of Murtagh Brennan, who departed this life the 25th of March 1830, age 45. So there's graves scattered about. Excuse me. I have a bit of a cold today in my head, so even though it looks sunny here, I'm well wrapped up. But it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful here in the old graveyard. Thankfully the sun is out. So this is a crucifixion scene here. And here lies the body of Marge, is it?
Probably Margaret.
Margaret Murphy, who departed this life. And I don't know if you can see that, 1795, and the age has kind of gone off it. But it's another example of the stonework. But inside the old church ruin we'll go now to have a look. Look at that. So you can kind of see here there is graves, headstones that are sadly broken and covered over with twigs and stuff. So the good thing is, I suppose, is the place looks like it's been looked after, because usually these old church ruins inside, they're very overgrown. So this one here says, here lies the body of Margaret Furlong, alias Rossiter, who departed this life the 10th of September 1788, and she was 72. Also her son William, who died in 1795, aged 55. But look at that for work. We have the sun, we have the moon, and of course the crucifixion scene there as well. And just beside that, here lies the body of Patrick Furlong of Wexford, who died January the 24th, 1777. Look at that, age 78. Very old graves, and a lot of orange lichen on this one. And this is Mary Codd Furlong, who departed this life at the 5th of October 1808, age 70. Just look at the colour of that headstone. So they're all lined up there as you come in. Another really beautiful looking one here. This here lies the body of Walter Warren, I think, who departed this life 1782, age 22 years old. So a young man buried in this grave. Super stonework. To think back in the 1700s, stonemasons, stone workers could do that kind of stuff. It's fascinating, really, to see. It says here on this stone belongs to David Codd. Here lied the body of Nicholas Codd, his father, who departed this life on the 13th of April 1759, aged 62 years. So I think that would have been one of the old entrances of the church, maybe, to come in there. The side it's blocked up. And we have some graves that are kind of sunken. The headstones in the ground. This could be an old bull-on stone, maybe, here. That was in the church. And one in the very corner on its own. Here lied the body of John Spencer, who departed this life on the 18th of September 1804, and he was 47. Also the body of Dorothy Spencer. And it's hard, the inscription is missing of when she died. But the stuff left here, which is strange, at the altar area. Somebody has left a 20-cent coin, a comb, a little bag with something in it. And here we have a little prayer. I think it's Fatima or something like that. It's a prayer, Passion of Christ. So, do people still use this area as a shrine here to come and pray? Which is interesting. So that's what it looks like where we just came in. Very, what's the word you could use for that? Nostalgic? Enchanting. To see it, the old graves and the arch. And then you have all those trees inside as well. I actually think it looks beautiful like that. And it's so old, as I was saying, medieval. It's tabletop grave here, and the date on it is 1782. And it's hard to see the name, but we do have Mary here, Crosby I think, and Mary died age 64 in 1700s, so very old. Look at that old doorway going in inside the church. Edward Marshall, who died the 29th of September 1899, aged 49 years old. An Iron Cross. So a lot of old graves, as you can see, 1700s. And the name on this one actually here is the person that done the inscription, is it on the headstone? Is that a John Duffy? I've never seen that before, have you? That's a first for me. Maybe Sue saw it before, that John Duffy. Rose Street, I think, is the address. So Rose Street is in Wexford. So that's where his business was, I presume, back in the day, where he done his work. Very, very peaceful old graveyard. You have to come across the field from the road and then go across the field to get to this old place. So it is kind of hidden away. It's a hidden gem, I suppose. And we have a headstone that's broken here. And on the headstone we can see the two hands, shaking hands there, the shaking of the hands. I think that's a habit, the dead person shaking hands with the living. Marlowe is the surname on it, 1913. So as you look all around, you see a lot of old trees here. There's probably chestnut trees, all different types. Very scenic old place, and that old church ruin. So it's nice to see that these places are still preserved and that people can come here and walk around and explore. Now the other side of the old church there is strange looking. You can see the wall is actually more modern looking there. I'm sure I read something before, did you?
Yeah.
About it was used as a handball area, a handball alley. So people used to have if you don't know what handball is, they usually play it indoors as well, but you have a ball and you just keep hitting it off the wall with your hand, and the other person does the same thing. It's a popular sport. So it does look like that it was used for that purpose. So I have my wellies today again, because it is very mucky walking around. But very interesting to see that old chest tomb and the side opened on it there. We had a look inside. But even from this angle here, I mean, that is some sight to see. Look at that. The old graves in there. So as you can see, I'm well wrapped up today. As I was saying, I have a bit of a head cold. Change of weather, I suppose. So I wanted to get out and about today and vlog this old place, because I've been meaning to do this place for a long time, and I'm glad I'm here today to do it. It really is fascinating to see. There's the old chest tomb we were looking at earlier. So guys, I think I'm going to wrap the video up there. Thank you for coming on the walk with me. If you like this kind of content, old Irish graveyards and cemeteries, I do videos abroad as well in different parts of Europe. They're on my channel, on the playlist. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and give the video a hype. It's a new thing that's on YouTube. You can hype the videos to help to get them out there so other people can see these beautiful old locations. So until the next time, a beautiful river just there. Take care guys, look after each other, and I'll see you all on the next adventure.